You may have done your spring cleaning, but have you done a spring safety refresh? From checking to make sure your flashlight batteries are still good, to discussing safety protocols with the kids. Joining us now with some important reminders is safety and cybersecurity expert Cathy Pedrayes, better known as Mom Friend on social media. How are you?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Okay, so you say we should be having safety conversations with our kids. At what age and what should that entail?
You know what? It starts young. I mean, these are conversations that we need to have with our family no matter what age. But I have young kids. And so, as a mom, some of the things that I've been thinking about recently is teaching them how to identify what emergencies are, how to respond to those emergencies, how to make an emergency call, which has changed a lot since I was a kid. And then, as they get older, there's other issues. What to do if they get locked out of the home? Do they have trusted adults that they can go to if maybe going to parents is too intimidating? These are conversations that we start early. My youngest is just under 2, and I'm starting with her, and it keeps going until forever. Really, we're still having
Wow.
conversations as adults.
Yeah, I mean, I have a 2.5-year-old and a almost 1-year-old. So with
Yeah.
having this conversation with a young toddler, what do you say? Do you just teach them who the trusted adults are?
Yeah, the trusted adults when they're that young is typically like mom and dad or
Mhm.
whoever the parent figure is. But a lot of us are probably teaching safety and maybe not realizing it. For example, it starts with their name, right? Knowing
Mhm.
their first and last name. How old are they? What's mom's name, dad's name, siblings' name? Where are they from? I actually do it in 2 languages. I do it in English and Spanish. And then the other day, something came up where my son was asking me about a fire in the house, something like that. I think, who knows, probably a show or something. And he said that if there was a fire, he'd run to his room. And I was like, oh, there's my little alarm bell. He's
Yeah.
3 now, so I had to start teaching him of what do you do if there's a fire. And
Mhm.
so things will start naturally coming up. But like I said, they're conversations that you have really throughout the year. And of course, you meet your kids where you are. When they're where they are when they're little. It's little things, and then it goes from there.
Okay. And then as far as your safety checks that you do in the spring, where do you start?
Yeah, so because it's spring now and it's gardening season, we're spending more time outdoors. I have little kids. There's a lot of things that I've been thinking about. Tripping hazards is a big one. I had, or things that could fall. I had a garden sculpture that was like made out of cement and really heavy and could fall on my kids. So that's something I had to address.
Mhm.
Standing water, it's not just the pools, it's little things like a bucket of water could even be a risk with young kids. And then
Mhm.
also thinking about life events that you've experienced. Did you go through a renovation? Did you move? Did you recently end a relationship? It could be a childcare relationship. It could be, something romantic. Because in that case, you'll probably want to rekey your locks, change your locks. And a lot of people, fortunately, a lot of people have quick set on their locks on their home. But what they may not realize that most quick set locks also have smart key technology, which allows you to rekey on your own. They were the
Oh.
first to introduce this DIY technology. It's so easy. You put the old key in, you turn it. There's like a little pin that you put in, and then you take them out, put a new key in, turn it again, and you've rekeyed it. No
Whoa.
locksmith, no hardware. It is so easy.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. What about, because you're a cybersecurity expert too, what about a
Yes.
digital spring clean?
Yes, so making sure that our apps are updated is very important, especially if you have devices like smart locks or other smart home devices. Keep those updated. Also, if you have compromised passwords, you want to change those. You want to enable two-factor authentication on as many accounts as possible. And in terms of smart home devices, a lot of us share access either between devices or between people. We're giving people access to cameras, to maybe the lock. Review that, make sure that the people are on there that are supposed to be on there, that you're revoking access where it's no longer needed. And then just like a general cleanup is, as you're getting these emails and stuff like that this spring, dump out all the junk mail that you don't need. Unsubscribe, delete, do a little email cleanup too.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Cathy. And where can we follow you for more info?
I'm Cathy Pedrayes on all social media, and the products that I mentioned in terms of the Rekey lock technology, the smart lock, you'll want to go to quickset.com and you can find it there.
Okay. Thanks so much.